I want you to watch this all the way through, because all the way through, there's going to be reminders about safety in van life. And I want you to leave me a comment. It's right down there, okay? And subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Got it? Okay, let's go. Let's get right into it. Hey, this can be a quickie, okay? Yeah, not a whole lot of editing. I got some writing to do today, okay? But I do want to read a letter. This is from Quantum Q. Ooh, Quantum. Me loving some Quantum, right? Love your videos, Lee. Thank you. Would you do something on safety? Yes. And storing butane for the stoves in hot weather and cold. This is one thing I wish I knew more about. Okay, well, I did some research, okay? Thank you, Quantum Q. Quantum Q, yeah. Okay, so let's get right into the butane, because I did some research. And it appears that butane will expand, and then it can explode. Expand at about 120 degrees. I do know that if my van is parked in the sun, it can get really hot in here. It really can. Now, I normally don't park in the sun, but guess what? I do go to the store, and there may not be covered parking. So I did some research, and I asked a couple of people, what they thought about this. Where do I store my butane? Well, the one I use is in here in this bag right here. This is the one I'm using. So that's in here. Now, the other ones are stored in this bin right here. So let's get right to it, because I want to show you what my solution is, okay? Let me move some things around. Okay, and get this one off. The reason this won't be such a big deal is because I move these every day anyways. Because when I lay down, I take out my towel, top towel. It's a huge beach towel. And I lay it down on top, so every day I can take it out and shake it. Well, when I do shake it, I need to tuck it under here. So this is what I do. I'm going to need these. And what I do is I take this and pull it out, tilt it, and then push in my towel to make it look nice. But since I've already got this out, right? Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to show this to you the best I can. Let me put this down. There we go. So this is my lower bin. There's a lot of stuff in here. Get this. It's no big deal to move these around. If I'm just going to be safe, it's worth it, right? I may have to work things around so I can get to it easy. Here they are. You need to go. You're irritating me, yeah. There's not a lot in here. So this is my bin. Okay, let me get a good view of this. This is my bin. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of these butane. Now, I keep tape over them just to make sure that the lid doesn't come off, and something sitting on top would depress the little nozzle there and release butane into the air. Okay, so I've got these here. Now, the person that I talked to said that probably, because it's in here, that it won't get too hot. But you never know. So here's what I'm going to do. Only way, because I can't take these out. I live here, so I can't take them out. And because I'm in the heat of the summer right now, what we decided on was putting a wet cloth over it, just like I do with my jackeries. And I do that with my chill pads. Now, I could use a chill pad, and I very well could, but sometimes I need them. But I was thinking if I want extra, I could just use a rag. Okay? Right now, I mean, that is a good solution. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a chill pad. Okay? I've got my bucket. Let me put it, and I'm going to fill this up. There we go. Get some more light. Now, it's going to be hot today, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use quite a bit. They soak up a lot of water. I think what I'm going to do is do all of my chill pads. I have 4 of them. Let me get it in here. Get it ready. Oh, here's 2 of them. Well, that's okay. I can wet 2 of them. Here's the butane. See how I've just laid it over them? Yeah. That will keep them cool. Now, I'm going to use this. It's one of those rags that you can, you know, for your car. I'm going to actually just wet this. Go. And I'm going to take this and just wrap it. You know, better safe than sorry. Now, this is going to take time to check this. You know, I bet with the lid on this and with this on here, these are my hats. My hats. Get in here. Yeah, maybe I could put that in. There we go. I'll keep that in there. There we go. Okay. So I can check this every day. This over here will keep some of the moisture in. I'm not going to worry about any molding going on in here. It's been getting up to the high 80s and even low 90s here in Flagstaff. So I'm not going to worry about it. But I do worry if I'm going to go into a store and maybe I'm in there for an hour and this really gets hot in here. So that's a concern. Let me get this back. Now, let me take this out. Okay, these have lithium batteries in them. They can get very hot also. So what I do is I take these, the chill pads, that's why I have enough. And what I do is lay them over it so they don't get so hot. There we go. Okay. And that's what I do. I just lay it on top of there. It creates an evaporative cooler, just like down here and just like here. It just, as air flows around it, it will keep it cooler. And it's going to keep it cool down here. Okay, now, as far as other safety measures, I was told that propane, you know, the little green bottles of propane, if you're, a lot of people carry those around too, that you can do the same thing, but they have less chance of expanding. Okay, so, you know, there's a little bit of safety for you too. Okay, now, as far as safety goes, we don't want things blowing up. Okay, so we took care of that. If there's anything else, what I would do if you have other things with lithium batteries in them, or, you know, if you're concerned about that, you know, put them all together and possibly like I have down here, just make sure that everything is condensed together, and maybe lay in the heat, lay something over them, okay? And it also keeps them from the lithium batteries going bad. Let me move this. You know, like heat kills lithium batteries. Let me put this away. Okay, let's get on to more safety. Here's a real safety issue. If you're a solo traveler, I suggest, to be safe, that you go ahead and link up your Find My Friends, or if you're on Android, that you have your own. That you can, I think my friend said that there's something in Google Maps that you can share your location. Well, yeah, I can do that on Google Maps too, but iPhone has a app. It's called Find My Friends. And I can share my location at all times with a family member or a friend, which I do. So if anything, they hadn't heard from me for a long time, they could look that up. Now, it also has to do with where your phone is. So if somebody steals my phone, or they steal me, but I don't have my phone with me, but at least they can show maybe where your last location was, okay? Another thing too is your emergency contacts. Yes, I was informed that Android has a SOS feature just like iOS, and you can put people, I have my family members in my contacts for emergency. And if I do the SOS, it not only calls 911, but it contacts my emergency numbers. Yeah. So I think that's a good idea to get that together. You know, don't delay it. If you need to do that, don't delay. Just go ahead and get it together. Let me look at my notes here. Another thing too for emergency and safety is to have a jump starter. If you're traveling across the country and you're at a rest stop at night or something like that, and your battery doesn't want to start, it's good to have don't just have a jump starter, but have a good one. I had a jump starter, okay, and it worked twice. The third time I used it like a year later, and it didn't work at all. Yeah, and I did have it powered up. I had everything powered up really nice, and I took care of that. But it just didn't work, no matter how much I powered it up. So sometimes, you know, you really do have to spend a little bit more money to get something really good, because it is important. You might be out in the middle of nowhere, and yet you can call AAA. Yeah, you can, but if you don't have good cell coverage, or you just feel unsafe at the time, you want to be able to handle doing it yourself and learn how to do it properly. Okay, another thing is tire inflator. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. You don't want to get stuck out if you can't start your car, but you don't want to get stuck with, your tires low. Okay, so you want to be able to have that. Another thing too for safety is do maintenance on your car. Go ahead and learn how to check your own fluids. I think that is very important to be able to do that. And I was actually instructed that even before, because you want to check your radiator, but it can't be hot. So maybe, even every morning, check your radiator. Yeah, when you haven't run your car in a while. Make sure there's good water in there. Hey, we're in the heat, okay? It's summertime. Oh, here's a really good one. Now, you can name your phone, okay? You can name your phone. Now, if you have a hotspot, and I would go ahead, every phone's going to be different. Google how to rename your phone. Okay, if you have a hotspot and you pull into some place, other people are going to be able to see the name of your hotspot, your phone. So if you're using some female name, I saw this on another channel a couple years ago. that's not really safe, especially if you're the only one out there, or maybe just there's a couple people out there. Because if he's a no-do-gooder, he could come up and knock on your door and say, oh, are you Evelyn? Yeah, I have a message for you. Somebody said that, yeah. Seriously, there's all kinds of scams going on. You name your phone something like Brutus or like nuclear or something, Yeah, name it something, or just a number. Name it a number. Because if you're going to use your name, they can use that against you. One issue that bothered me was when I'm at a campsite and I've reserved it, they put my name on there, on the little card next to my campsite. What I do, and it's usually with the marker, what I do is I go and wipe it off with my thumb. Wipe it through so they can't read my name. I don't want somebody coming up and going, Lee? I'm not going, oh yeah. And they go, well, we have a message for you. And all they did was they looked out there. So don't have your names just displayed anywhere, okay? Another thing also for safety while you're out here is self-awareness, situational awareness. Realize what's going on around you. Batten down your butane. And I say cover it with a moist cloth and check it every day. Just because I'm in Flagstaff and I know that in 3 weeks, the temperature is going to go down. It really will. So this is just a temporary thing. And the heat really doesn't go crazy until towards the end of July. So we've got maybe 4 weeks. I can deal with that, okay? But you might be in a hotter situation. I know in Tucson, in 15 degrees, some days, there are literal nomads who live in Tucson all the time. I don't know how they do it. I seriously don't. So these are some reminders. I hope you enjoyed this, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down there. Yeah, say hey. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.